meditation.
It is. It is when you're like trying.
Yeah.
Like I'm just recently realizing that stop trying so hard.
Yeah, right. And just be like, just whatever it is. It doesn't matter, you know? If you go on an actual meditation retreat, then you'll be able to meditate probably, but life is hard. There's no other way to put it. So, hey.
Is it like
no?
I just got back from a room last night.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, you are a member here, so you don't have to sign up on that. Sign up on the Joy Karuna one. Yeah. Like then you don't have to pay. You and Amy both did the same thing. I'm like, you guys are members here. I know. All right. All right. Just so you know though. I feel bad. Of course, I didn't bring my book. Wow.
We see holiday.
Nice. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a great area, close to everything.
It is. I always say I want to stay right in that area, but we stay like a little at the Marriott,
nice. Yep.
further down. But my daughter and I always walk down that way to get. When you go to that place that has like acai bowl, I think it's called Eduardo's. We always go there or something like that.
Santos. It's a coffee with soul.
I think that
we went there twice. If that's the place.
And I'm always like, I want to stay like right here because it's if you leave out the front, you're with like where all the shops are and everything. We're like a little further down.
Yeah, you were like 2 doors down.
Yeah,
we walked by there.
And Aruba.
I've never been.
Have you never
been? Never been. No. Hey.
It was our first time. We will be going back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
Oh, how long were you there for?
6 days.
Nice.
Including travel days, so not long.
Right. I know those travel days they take a little recovery from
wherever you're going.
Yeah. It's so true.
So this is a great way to get back.
Yeah.
This is a life.
Yeah. Getting back in the swing of life. Trying to figure out what that means.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, even just like Monday, like Sunday, thinking about like this is like the real world now. Even though like the weekend's busy, but we're getting the yard ready for this big graduation party.
Oh, you guys are having a big.
Our yard's just been a mess, and we're like pressure washing and doing the pool, and like it's just
endless
job. And I almost freaking like lost a toe. I don't know what I was doing, but I love pressure washing. I'm not like I don't love to do yard work really, but it's so satisfying when something's so dirty and you just it got like caught up or something, and I like moved my hand and it hit my foot, and of course I'm just out there barefoot.
Yeah,
like, dummy. I'm looking at my foot. I'm like, it like peeled the skin right off.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking. I'm like, oh my God, I think I may have broke my toe. That hurts so bad.
Jeez. When you guys are wondering where all the pens are for signing in, I swear I take it every week that I do checks, and I'm always like, I got to put it back in the notebook, and then I see the message on there. I'm like, oh, I forget.
Well, then we can't get it. We don't have a code, right? Like,
right.
So I'm always
like
for the fan.
You could text me. Yes. You know what I mean, but not everyone. Oh, the fan to have.
I'm always looking for it like on Thursday morning after the hot class. Oh, it's so hot. Like, and even when I'm sub for Jen, right away when it's done, I crank up the AC and I put the fans over, so it's like.
Oh, when you're subbing, you don't have to turn the heat up. When you sub.
One day I was like, so what do you guys think about the heat? Like before class, I'm like, I am like not a fan, but and the people that were there then were like fine with. I only had it like maybe to like 74 or so, and that wasn't as bad. And then the next week I asked, and this one was like, we want it. And I was like, okay.
You were like, I guess I'll do it.
And I'm like up there, just 6 to 1.
I don't know. I don't know how people do hot yoga.
I don't either. Some people like someone was like, I just come because it's at 7:30.
Yeah.
You know, but there was
So
don't
she
think
deals
they
with it.
dislike it, the people that are in there, but I think they mind if it was not so hot, especially now.
I'm gonna have
You know,
to,
maybe in the winter.
I'll
like,
remind Jen, or I'll just have Jen ask them. Yeah, like the winter, I can see it, but I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, here we are. I think we're waiting for a couple other people, but we'll still get started. I don't have my books. I'm totally unprepared, and but luckily it's just meditation, so it's easy enough. So I just got back from spending the past few days at Menla up in the Catskills with Krishna Das and Bob Thurman and
Oh, wow.
Nina Rao. Yeah, so it was an awesome weekend of learning, about more. Bob is the Buddhism side, Krishna Das is the Bhakti, like the Kirtan and everything side. And it never gets old being with them, and I don't know. It was awesome as usual. So, and just a reminder, kind of like what you were talking about, Amy, that it really is just awareness, like obviously we come in here and we spend time meditating, and that's nice to do as a group, and it's easier to do as a group. But on your own, if you love meditation, then go for it. But if you feel like you're forcing meditation, then it's really hard, and it can be maybe a little counterproductive, right? So it just boils down to having that awareness, like you said, where you're, listening to whatever sounds. It doesn't even have to be pleasant sounds. Listening, noticing, breathing, aware of your breath really in every moment. That's mindfulness. So you don't have to close your eyes for mindfulness. You can just be aware of every in and out breath and what you're doing. That's Thich Nhat Hanh. That's what he teaches. That every moment is an opportunity to be mindful and to embody life, embody your body, to be in your body instead of being somewhere else all the time, like be in your body, breathing. I think I talked about it last week, maybe the subtlety of some things that I've read, people that are, more advanced mindfulness practitioners, when they're working with the head teacher, it will be like, and they come in and, oh, well, I had this thought, and the teacher will say, was it on an inhale or an exhale? Right. So imagine that subtle, to be aware of having a thought and then remembering, was that word on the inhale or the exhale, but without trying so hard. So don't start doing that. This is years of practice, but I love the subtlety of that, like, did it happen on an inhale or an exhale? And the practitioner is like, I don't know. Okay, well, then there's your work, keep on developing the mindfulness. So, when we're in here, it's the same thing. I might be guiding a meditation, and sometimes our minds wander off, and then you come back, oh yeah, I'm meditating, and then you come back to your breath, and you're listening to the words, and you're noticing the inhale, the exhale. You can do it a little bit, notice what I'm saying on the inhale and then what I'm saying on the exhale, right? That the little details to really bring the mind to one point of focus, which is really what meditation is, right? So through that awareness, we're able to bring it in. It's kind of like when you bring it in, then you expand out, because you can be aware of so many things simultaneously, including yourself in space and time. And that's living, that's the joy of life, is every single thing happening at once, and being a part of it. So we don't have to try so hard. Bob will tell you all the time. I think he even said he hates meditation yesterday. I mean, this guy is, if you don't know Bob Thurman, his work, he's a scholar. He's a Tibetan scholar, not meditation teacher, Buddhist teacher, Vajrayana, and genius. Like, he is, I imagine, like, if you got to sit with Albert Einstein, like, Bob is similar to him. Every single thing that comes out of his mouth is like gold. But yeah, he's just like, why are we trying so hard in meditation? He laughs at himself, and the way that he teaches is so great because I mean, he's like best friends with the Dalai Lama. He has this really, really rich life, you know, spiritually rich life. And I mean, yesterday he told a story about the Dalai Lama farting, you know, right? Like, so he goes into like these really detailed, like deep stories. And it's funny because you can feel the audience is like hanging on for like what's the secret, you know? And then he always like breaks it with that, like the Dalai Lama farting, right? Because he's just trying to, well, what I think he's trying to do is just loosen our desire and aversion to every single thing, which is those are like the poisons or whatever in Buddhism, desire and aversion. And so just the way that he tells a story, he's like translating these stories from Tibetan to English, and these like really deep stories about spending time with these high teachers and I don't know. And like I said, then he'll just start cracking up, right? So it's like you don't, that's what it is. It's just like lighthearted no matter where you are in the whole scheme, and not trying to cling to anything, and also not having an aversion to anything. Those are like the really ignorance, aversion, attachment. Those are the things that we're always trying to loosen up, and he just does such a great job of that. And they told us yesterday that we're going to get the recording of the whole retreat. So my goal is to show bits and pieces at some point in here. You know, maybe we'll do like an evening thing just so you can hear his golden nuggets of awesomeness. You're just like, all right. And you can tell, I mean, he is pretty enlightened, and just what he does to really loosen up the desire, the clinging and the aversions to almost anything. You're like, you can't do it when he tells a story. You can't, because he's always just breaking down the barrier to you being like, oh, that's it. No, it's not. Right? Like, anyway, we'll close our eyes. Maybe stretch out a little bit so you can connect with those meditation muscles every time we show up on our meditation cushion or chair, whatever we're sitting on. You know, sit up a little bit taller than usual, drop the chin slightly. You know, if anybody does come in on the later side. Hi, Karen. No, it's good. The yoga studio is open if you want to grab a bolster. Yeah, so as there, like I said, a couple more people are coming. We just allow that, right? It doesn't have to be a distraction. It can just be part of life. Life is that. This room is not silent in any way. We have the road, we hear the cars, we hear the birds, we hear the fan, and we can just breathe and allow as we embody our body first before we get into any kind of guided, that is the guided meditation. Different parts of the guided meditation. Embody the body by allowing whatever is happening in your environment to happen. And even if you do feel a certain way about it, then the next step is just noticing how you feel, whether it's good or bad. And you don't have to try to change it to a good feeling. It just is. Everything just is. And maybe every once in a while you notice the feeling arising, where you feel it in your body, and if it's happening on an inhale or an exhale. And if you feel yourself trying, right, then just name that. That's just another kind of sensation, right? The sensation of trying. So you can notice that, you can name that, you can breathe into it. Usually when you give it attention, it kind of loosens its hold on you. And then something else will pop up. And all of these things that rise and fall are part of our natural process of being human and our innate way of surviving in the world. That's why we always have all these things going on because originally 300,000 or so years ago, that's how we had to live for a long, 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 long time, is through these things that we call distractions now, anything that was a potential threat. So we want to be kind to ourselves when sensations arise, when we notice the achiness in our bodies, when we notice feelings, right? Just be gentle, curious even, right? We don't have to push anything away, try to change anything to being positive or anything like that. So scan your body from head to toe and go slow. We'll start at the top of your head, the very top of your head, and spend time with the in breath and the out breath as you scan your body. Feel your body relaxing a little bit more. Remember, we like to unclench our teeth, soften the eyes. It's okay if they open a little bit. You can meditate with your eyes open. Really feel each part of your body as you inhale and you exhale. Always makes me more aware of my posture as I begin to slouch, and I remember I should sit up again. Then I can breathe easier. When you get to your toes, and take your time, maybe you're still at your shoulders, go slow, but when you get down to your toes, then work your way back up again. All these layers of awareness that we can have just from scanning our body and breathing, inhaling and exhaling. While you're doing the scanning and the breathing, maybe you notice your eyes kind of looking around your body. Your eyes are closed, but they're looking around your body. So maybe you can allow the eyes to settle or not, but see if maybe you can let them settle on one point within the body. It can be anywhere. If you love settling at the heart, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you love the third eye. Maybe you love your big toe. It doesn't really matter. All points on the body are points of enlightenment. We're always doing our best to breathe in and out through the nose. Just the joy of breathing and scanning the body. Apparently, people are taping their mouths closed these days to learn to breathe in and out through the nose. But you can train yourself to do that. If you're not doing it all the time, it's really just awareness. I remember retraining myself when I was 21. It didn't take that long. I would have to just notice when I was not breathing the right way and then change it, and it becomes a habit. So you don't have to tape your mouth. As you're scanning the body and you're connecting with the inhale and the exhale, notice where in your body that you feel your breath, right? When you inhale, where do you feel that inhale? And there's no right or wrong. You're just noticing. And same on the exhale. When you exhale, notice where you feel that. Notice the thoughts that come along with that, right? Like, who knows what's happening in your mind, but you're just noticing. It's okay if you're feeling anyway, even annoyed with the sound of my voice. It's totally fine. You can just notice that you feel annoyed with the sound of my voice. And maybe smile and take a breath. Bringing your awareness to your hands. And just breathing there in and out while you notice your fingers. Sometimes there's an urge to move when you bring awareness to different parts of the body. So just see if you can be aware of the urge. Take a breath into that feeling. And then, of course, if you decide that it's better if you move, then move. Just breathing in and out. Even notice that it's kind of two different things. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. Notice as you inhale, at the top of that inhale, there's a natural pause. And then there's the exhale. And at the end of the exhale, there's a natural pause. You're aware of how your body feels when I stop talking. As you continue to inhale and exhale. And we're scanning the body over and over again. You might notice that as you scan, when you pass a certain part of your body, it tenses up. You can always come back to that area and take a breath there. Notice, be kind. Your body knows how to signal what it needs. And there's real healing properties in spending time with your body and your breath. Remember, anything that you're feeling or sensing is totally okay. Notice any tendencies that rise while you're sitting here. Tendency to try. You're trying to create an experience or trying to feel comfortable or trying to not feel something. And that little smile, it can really help to create space around any over efforting that's happening. Like, we don't need to be serious all the time. We're just inhaling and exhaling. And noticing. That's it. You might notice that even though there are different things rising and falling within the body, sensation and thoughts and processes, there's a part of you that's feeling a little bit lighter. Maybe it's like a little tingling feeling. You become aware of your subtle energy. And if you don't notice that, it's okay. Or maybe the tingling is your leg falling asleep. And so you eventually move it really slowly if you want, or you experiment with saying, I wonder what happens if I just leave it here today. Just breathing in, breathing out. And you might notice that your sense of space and time changes as you sit here. You feel a little looser around your definition of that. Just right now, while you're breathing, you're scanning your body. all the little subtleties of sitting here for this amount of time, no matter what comes up. You can just breathe into it and allow it to be what it is. Even if you're wondering why you're sitting here. Notice how it feels if you bring your awareness right to the center of your chest, your heart chakra. And you're breathing there just the same way, inhaling and exhaling. Draw that awareness back to the space between the front and the back side of your body, center of the chest. And it's the same process when you bring your awareness there, whatever sensation or feelings or sensations arise, you're just breathing. You're noticing, maybe you're able to name it. Like if you feel pressure in your chest, then you're all right, I'm aware of pressure in my chest and I'm breathing. And maybe it subsides and there's a feeling. You notice anger or something. So then you say that is anger and you breathe. And you're noticing maybe yourself feeling upset that there's anger or pressure. And so then you notice that and you breathe. It's just all you have to do is breathe. That's it. Breathe and notice, name things without a big long story why that's there. Follow the energy. That's what that is. Following the energy. And it's inevitable that these things arise, the stories, the sensations, but if you can touch that point where you notice that there is a sensation or a feeling, Even if you know what the story is, right? And you just breathe right into that space between. Maybe you can redefine the story naturally, just through that space of being with your breath and your body. Loosen the grip of some of the stories. Notice if you're still focusing on that point at the center of the chest. And if you got away from it, just come back gently. Breathing in. Breathing out. Move our awareness to our right nostril. Noticing as you inhale the air that moves through the right nostril. See how long you can follow your inhale. Where does it go after it enters the nostril? Go on a little journey with your inhale. And go on a little journey with your exhale. And then just stay focused on that right nostril journey. Let your imagination be free. Ready? You can do the same thing on the left side, the left nostril. Go on a journey with the breath on the left side. Both nostrils. Just follow the inhale. Follow the exhale. Taking as much time as you need before opening your eyes. And when you open your eyes, just open them slightly, gazing out, maybe on the floor, somewhere in front of you where it's unobstructed. Eyes are soft, you're still meditating. Your own time, eventually blinking your eyes all the way open. And of course, we have a little bit of time to share, which I always love to do because I feel like it gives more permission, right, to each person when we can share and say, oh, it's okay that I felt that way, whatever happened during the meditation, it's okay. Because even though I say all those things, I know that our minds have minds of their own. Even our minds have minds of their own. So the journey of embodying the body. How was it?
It was really nice to have that in the meditation today because I feel that there are so many ideas and thoughts going through my mind right now and to-dos that are like actually necessary for survival, right? But like practices like that are just the medicine for me personally because I get to just like be there in my body, which is what is real, right? And then just witness all of that move through. And I just think we don't have enough time for that in our culture.
Yeah, we don't make enough time.
Well, exactly. Yeah, we don't make enough time,
Yeah.
especially because before we even knew it, we overcommitted to so many things in a lifestyle that doesn't want you to like have it, you know, but
yeah,
we all showed up, so we get to get it, which is great.
Yeah.
So it's perfect for what I needed today.
Yeah. I love that. I like the way that I visualized that when you were talking, is that it like the grip of the to-dos of life, like loosened up, and you can still know that you're gonna move through all those things, but it doesn't feel so clingy.
It feels what's the word when like in medicine when you're taking care of something before it happens? Preventative medicine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. It is. That's what meditation is. Preventative medicine. That's a good name for
Let's do a
this.
Yes, I like that. That's
Yeah.
I'm just feeling that grip, like you were saying, of like overcommitting to everything besides. But this is really like I want to do this more because it helps to get through all of that stuff that's like inevitable that you maybe don't have to do, but
Yeah.
You kind of have to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I mean, you do, but maybe not so many things.
Yeah.
Or just whatever. You're like, I'm just gonna do it, and
or just
it's
doing
all right.
like learning to if it doesn't, I mean, I think everything we commit to, it gets done eventually. But like, it's okay if it's not perfect, or maybe not even done. It's sometimes you have to just say, just let it go, just let it all go.
Yeah. Or see its perfection in exactly however it turns out. What else?
For me, it gives me more of a sense of ease in my being. Like when I can realize, like, I love that smile. Smile into smiling into the dramatic suffering that causes. Make us but it just makes me feel more at ease thinking in my body and always doing the merge. So just being human and being aware of being within here.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. I love the word ease. Even just hearing that word, it's like so nice. And yeah, the dramatic suffering. I love that. You even added an adjective to suffering. Like, that's great. The stories, that was that little bit in there, and maybe you didn't, I don't know where you were in your meditation, but about getting to following the breath, following the energy to that point right before the story, right? So we have the sensation and maybe the feeling, and we know the story, but we haven't quite gone down that path, and giving that space. Like, that was so huge for me to learn about was to breathe into that space before the story. So it's like the loosening the grip of the story and the smiling there, right? Like we already know life is hard, and there is suffering and all that kind of stuff. And it can also be a dark comedy because it is like, can't make this shit up. So that, yeah, it is the embodying the body is, I find it to be really profound every time that I go in there. I'm like, just living in this body. And all the things that come with it. All the aversions to just sitting here and being, period, right? But it really does like lighten up. I mean, you all look lighter. That was the extra hour of sleep that we needed this morning. It just happened in our meditation. All right. Anything else that anyone wants to share? We're good to go about our day. And are you reset now, Crystal? Yeah. Yep. Bring Aruba to your life instead of feeling like you have to leave it behind, right? Yes. All right. I'll hope I see you Wednesday. Yeah, remember that if you have your membership here, then sign up through Joy Karuna, because I do have it on the regular schedule, but that's for Joy people that don't know that Joy Karuna exists, right? So if you have a membership here, joykaruna.org, then it's free. I know.
Sworn in it.
Probably need to let you, probably one of the people that signed up like right off the bat. So those memberships.
Yeah, I think I did sign up right away.
Yeah, so those I did them wrong at first, so it just was a month long. So I'll look at it for you right now. Yeah.
I think mine's probably like that too. It's weird
I
though,
thought
that
it
it
just
let
for the
me
extra.
sign up previously, but now.
Because it lasted a month and then it expired
Oh.
because I messed up for like the first 2 weeks, and then I went back in and I was like, oh crap, I did that as a pass and not a membership.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what happened with that. So I'll
joycorona.org.
Yeah.
The membership number.
It will be the schedule there that you sign up on, because like you have your membership and then it won't. Yeah, it is that, Amy, for you. And then what's your last name?
Living.
Okay. Spell it for me. I got you.
Last name?
I got you. Yeah, that's the same thing with you too. Okay.
So just keep it tempted.
No, you'll just have to re-sign up for the membership now. If you go to joykaruna.org, and then whatever you do now is actually formed as a membership, so it'll just be recurring. Yeah, so the other one expired. It was only a month long, and I don't think that I have the ability to go in, and I might. Let me see. Yeah, see, you were an original.
Oh, geez.
You were. So let's see if it lets me do this.
I need to do that.
No, it says recurring charge, view membership.
Inevitably pops into my picture.
Yes.
And I'm trying to like do it.
Okay, all right, so it just went through once. Now I can do it for you. And are you a Joy Wellness member?
Yeah.
Too. All right, cool. So you're there. If for some reason you see 2 charges, let me know. Okay. So I just redid it for you. And it should be,
Shot or something, but
it should be good.
usually-
But
Okay.
if for some reason you see two, let me know, and then I have to figure out something else, because it means that people's things are expiring, but they're not expiring with the reoccurring payment. So I don't know why this punch pass is different than